So what if I told you the biggest thing holding you back from your personal training business is not your expertise, it's not your marketing efforts, it's not even your program or your prices. The biggest thing holding you back is your relationship with one word, and that word is no. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how some of the most successful trainers out there have mastered the art of hearing the word no, and how you can too. But first, let's get into some of the different types of no's that you've either heard before or haven't heard yet. So the first no is the ghost no. Now, we've all been there where we built up enough courage to tell a few people about our personal training business only to get left on red. The second type of no I like to call the heartbreaker no. Again, you mustered up enough courage to tell, God damn it. Again, you mustered up enough courage to send out messages about your program to a few different people, and boom, they'll either heart your message or put a happy face under your message, but they won't reply. It's almost like a little digital pat on the back, like, oh, that's cute, but didn't even have enough courage to respond. For some reason, I always look at those as a little bit worse than just ghosting me altogether. I don't know, y'all tell me. Third type of no I like to call, it's not you, it's me no, right? The let me think about it no. One of the most common no's you're going to hear. You spent all this time talking to them about their fitness goals, what they're struggling with, how you're gonna help them achieve their fitness goals, etc., only for them to let you down easy and put you in the friend zone by saying, let me think about it. Been there, done that. And lastly, the no that's probably gonna sting the most is the procrastinator no, right? The no that actually starts off with a yes. Yes, I'm totally down with it. I love the program. I'm gonna get started on Friday as soon as I get paid. Only for Friday to roll around and their paycheck just completely evaporated into so many different excuses. Like my car broke down and this, and I gotta pay that, and rent due, and this, and that, you know. But regardless of how many ways you're gonna hear no, you have to learn how to train your ear to hear no. The big issue most trainers have is you're taking these no's personally, when these no's have nothing to do with you and has everything to do with the prospect and their inability to keep promises that they make to themselves. So let me break it down for you in a numbers perspective. That way you get a better understanding of no. So in my fitness business, I kept a record of how many conversations that I would have in that conversion rate from a conversation to a phone call, and then from a phone call to a close, meaning that person eventually became a client. So there will be, several lines of communication that needed to happen in order for that person to become a prospect or someone interested in my personal training versus someone who's actually in one of my personal training programs. And throughout my data, I came up with a conversion rate of 20%. So if we took, for the sake of this example, right, I'll keep the number very small, 20 combos, right? And we're talking about a 20% conversion rate. That's about 2 out of 20, right? 2 out of 20. That means you're gonna get 2 yeses and 18 no's, right? And those no's can come from each of the following, right? It could be some people that left you on red. It could be some people just hearting your message. It could be some people asking you, well, how much is it? Or let me think about it. Or again, the variation of no is always evolving, ever changing, but it's still no at the end of the day. The problem with most trainers, again, is you're letting those 18 no's dictate your entire existence of being a trainer. You're now rethinking, why did I even start this business? Or I'm not good enough. And all of these limiting beliefs start to pile on top of each other because you heard no 18 times. When in reality, you're right on track. 18 is the average. And that's just 20 conversations. So in this example, let's up the ante. Let's talk 100 combos, okay? 100 conversations, right? Out of 100 conversations, again, if we're talking a 20% conversion rate, that means you're going to get 20 yeses. That's going to leave you with 80 no's. 80 no's, family. Okay? If you can't get over 18 no's, there's no way you can get over 80. Again, had you trained your ear to hear no at 20, then these 80 no's should faze you. Because you know, you need to talk to at least 80 people to get 20 yeses. Again, these are just ratios, but these are things that you have to be aware of, right? Because these numbers can come in at any time, right? If we're talking about 20 yeses to 80 no's, you can get 1 yes followed by 20 no's, and then another 2 yeses followed by another 10 no's, and then another 5 yeses followed by another 20 no's. Again, those variables may change, and if you're emotionally attached to no, you're gonna quit really, really quickly. Which leads me into my second point. You should always keep a record of your conversations. You should always keep a record of your leads. Numbers don't lie, and unfortunately, when it comes to your business, it's a numbers game. The conversion rate that I gave you was based on my business, and it was based on my efforts to collect leads. You're gonna develop your own conversion rate and your own number system the more you reach out to people and keep a record. But don't worry, I can help you get started. Click the link down in the description for one of my tracking sheets so you can start keeping track of your leads. And lastly, I want to talk about repurposing the word no. Okay, reframing the word no into research. When you hear no a lot of more times than you hear yes, it actually helps you reframe your approach. Maybe your approach is a little too strong, or it's not strong enough, or vice versa. These are things that you could take a look at because there's data in front of you for you to make improvements. Again, with every action, you're gonna get a reaction. So if every action that you've been taking and you haven't been getting the reaction that you're looking for example, the 20% conversion rate, then take that as research for you to go back and reframe your approach. But again, the more you keep track of seeing the word no and hearing the word no, you're gonna pick up a pattern that may either need some improvement or some refinement. So if you stayed all the way to the end of this video, congratulations. I hope you learned something. And my challenge for you this week, especially if you're a new trainer, to download the tracking sheet in the description box below is start tracking your no's. Because the more you track your no's, the more you can train your ear to hear no. Guys, I hope this video was helpful. See you in the next one.